Welcome to Stuck in It Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I am Megan Williams, possibly soon to be another name.
I see.
Yeah. But also out on Ravelry, and we are the Stalking the Zombies.
Hello.
Episode 11, January 3rd.
Back to Tuesdays.
Yes, back to Tuesdays. Well, yeah, my husband was like, didn't you just record? I'm like, if we just always do a week in between, then we'll never get back to our Tuesdays.
Yeah, exactly.
So, did you have a Happy New Year?
I did.
Yeah?
Saw some friends and got a lot of knitting done and back to work today.
Yeah.
So, and I was actually glad for it. I was getting tired.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you get home with young ones and they normally have teachers, school-age child care providers, and, a multitude of people keeping them entertained from sun up to sundown this time of year, and that was all up on me and a little bit on Dad.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot on Dad. I will admit, I was knitting a lot, and he was the one playing the board games. But
yeah,
playing board games and entertain me.
Yeah.
So, work was boring, but I got to relax. So that's.
Yes, we call that in our house a case of the Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if you've got a case of the Sundays, you're ready for the kids to go back to daycare and for you to go back to work and have a quote unquote break.
Yeah.
So, with my little guy, he if I'm in the room, my youngest is 6 months old, and if I'm in the room right now, I have to be holding him. And so that I definitely get a case of the Sundays because I'm like, I would like to be doing stuff like vacuuming or anything to feel productive, but instead if you're awake I have to be holding you. And
well, exactly. And I was telling people at the party, like, I've spent over a week, so like probably 10 days at home with the family, traveling here and there, but basically home and present the whole time, and you don't have a chance to like go and clean and do stuff that you want to do for the house. You really don't. I mean, it's just like too many other things going on with the holiday and then kids but back to normal, I guess.
Yeah.
No more vacation.
Tuesday recording.
Yes, and Tuesday recording, which is nice.
Yes. So, you were going to tell us a little bit about a zombie shout out.
Yes, I wanted to make a shout out to, let me get this right, Karina Jean is a Ravelry name, and she has an Etsy shop, Walking Wisty. She is generously donated a skein of self-striping yarn for our KAL. So we'll put that in the prize pool, and as soon as it arrives at my house, I will show it to you all. And I was surprised and happy to hear from her and ordered 2 more skeins of something for myself. So it's been fun to get little surprises like that. It's our first like donation type thing to the podcast as a whole, and thank you very much. I was so excited, and we've been communicating, so I have seen a picture of the yarn, but until it gets in my hot little hands, I don't know. I'm on pins and needles to see what it looks like in person.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a web screenshot, so it wasn't like the best, quality picture. But she does have good pictures out on Etsy. This was just a little candid shot for me. And I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Yes,
so,
for
yay,
sure.
Karina
I
Jean.
was extremely excited when I heard about it. I'm like, I kind of feel like we're official.
Yeah. People are paying attention.
We have something to give away other than stuff that we bought ourselves. Yay!
Yeah. Hey, this has been ruminating in my stash for, let's see, 3 years. So let me share it with you. No, I tease. We haven't given anything away like that yet.
No, we have not.
And you didn't really have any specific shout-outs, so
I did not.
I'll let you cover odds and ends.
Odds and ends, the segment that I named. The knit along is going strong. We got our first
finisher.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
She did get like, I don't remember what the time difference.
A jump start on
Yeah,
us.
because we're Westerners and she's in Australia. And she's a wee little thing. Did you see her?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could probably knit Ellie something and it would be about the same size as her. But not to take away from Tosh. Tosh. You spell it, yeah. I want to say Tosh because Madeline Tosh, and I know that she loves Madeline Tosh as well. But congratulations, it's T-A-S-H-B-A-L-A-Z. Balas?
Okay.
I don't know.
I put some sparkly text under her FO.
Edited to add, ETA. So going strong. I think we've got 40 tagged projects that I went out and looked and saw today. So
I haven't gotten my tagged.
41.
I'm bad apparently. I just put it out there recently because I was lazy on my progress shots on anything that I was knitting. So
yeah. So come along and join us. We've got a lot of Shaloms in the works, but there's some other, there's a Lenore pattern out there that's very beautiful. I'm like, I'm going to have to knit that. It's in my queue now. Thank you very much. I forgot her name, but I believe it was Julie Q mentioned that somebody was on team that Tosh was on Team Megan.
Oh, okay.
And that she was on Team Amy, and I thought that was adorable.
That's cool, yeah.
I was like, yep.
You will see Team Amy in a minute. Like, you'll see our progress, and yes, definitely on a slower pace. But I have other things going, so it'll be okay. Like I said, I'm trying to pace it out for 2 whole months, so that you all can see, like, okay, this is about how far you should be along to get 2 months, and I will be very hard pressed once those sleeves come off to not just get it done. Yeah. But I'm gonna pace myself.
I don't know. This is the long, boring part for me.
Oh,
the
really?
yoke was really exciting, and now I'm like, stocking knit, knit, purl.
But when you know that there aren't any sleeves, it kind of gets me like, all right, it's almost done. I can wear it,
So you power through.
I do, like more so than. Right now, I know that I'm saving myself little exciting bits, right? Because I've only got the first section done. So I'm like, I still have some exciting stuff coming, so I don't need to. I can hold off and look forward to knitting on it.
Fun. The only other thing I was going to mention, and I had mentioned to folks in the podcast that possibly we would have some sort of naming competition, and I have an idea, and maybe I'll just start a thread, and then somebody, people can be like, no, actually you should do this, and then I'm going to be very angry if somebody takes my name that I'm proposing right now, because obviously I haven't changed my name, and obviously I've done some research to see that it's available, but I'm a runner in my other life, I guess, when I'm not knitting and when I'm not being mom and I'm not working, I guess. So my other hobby is running, and I saw that Just Run Knit, Just Run It, like just do it, is still available out there.
Okay.
Do you like that name?
I did. I thought it was kind of cool because you also like have your like power through.
Yeah, just run it.
Just run it. And and she says, I am a runner. She's completed marathons, so I mean it's not like I'm a runner, because I'm a runner too, but I complete 2 miles when I work out. That's my running. I burn the X amount of calories and then I'm done.
I don't know. I have a very extreme personality. I don't know if that comes across on video or not. So I don't do anything, halfsies. It's like full bore or nothing for me, right? So either you get my laser beam focus or you get totally sloughed off, right? So, I apply that to knitting as well as I'm an extreme knitter, as well as running. So, Just Run Knit. Maybe I'll open it up for folks to give me a suggestion if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
New Ravelry name so that I can have an AKA.
She really wants one.
I want an alternative, known as person.
I don't know, my husband keeps telling me, like, well, just keep going. You'll be, like, a runner with a capital R soon, and I don't think it's going to happen. But, I keep trusting him, and I keep running, and hopefully it will happen one of these days. I'll just be like, oh, what do you know? I'm running 6 miles without breaking a sweat, and I'll be there. But, no. Right now, I run for fitness. It's the fastest, easiest way to burn calories. It really is.
Right out your front door.
Yes.
I made that comment in one of our forums, is that somebody was saying that they really wanted to roller skate, and I was like, after we talked about all the roller skating last week, and I was like, I think about it now as an adult as, wow, that would be a great workout, but as a kid, I never even thought of it as exercise. Right. Did you think of it as exercise? It was like, go, have fun with my friends.
Yep.
Do the snowball dance and see if a boy will select me to skate around the rink with him.
I don't remember that.
Maybe
I was just, like, I quit before the boy thing got, crazy. I was in the roller rinks until about 10, 11. And then once boys came around, I was like, I'm done. I don't know.
I don't remember being overly boy crazy, like, in high school, but I remember in middle school being really like, does Ethan like me? I got into sports in high school and academia, and boys were I was oblivious to them, and they were probably oblivious to me.
Yeah.
But in middle school, I remember that. So.
The show notes down here is distracting me. I don't know why.
Amy, let's talk about some finished objects.
Okay. Well, no, it's just, I don't know. It's there, so I look at it and I go, what do I have to talk about next?
Do I need to make them bigger so you don't have to squint?
No. So I have a finished object. Boop, boop.
It's beautiful yarn. What is that colorway? Is it the same colorway as I've got? Indecita?
Yeah, probably.
It's very beautiful.
It's the Rasta, Malabrigo Rasta. And I put my little new Kindle in here.
Did you make up that pattern yourself?
Yep.
Cool. So just got gauge and measured and...
Nope. I did the Judy's Magic cast on and held it up to the Kindle and went, okay. And then just went up from there, yeah. And then just did whatever felt good.
Did you braid that or
Yes, I did braid this. Just a little braid. And, but I've been fighting buying a cover for this because I wanted something, and my husband said, you don't need it, it sits on your nightstand most of the time. I'm like, yeah, but when we travel, I end up grabbing a padded envelope, just like a mailer, sticking it in there and then plopping it in the suitcase. So now I have something nice. Yes.
And it's smushy.
Yes. And pretty to look at, and then I can set my Kindle on it on the nightstand too, so I can look at it.
And that is Malabrigo
Rasta.
That's right.
The super bulky type stuff.
It is beautimous.
And I actually didn't bring my Loopy Swap Partner finished object. One, I didn't want to show it off again because I kind of want it to be a secret. It is out on my projects page, but I don't know who's watching, and I just wanted it to kind of escape people's minds so that it's getting mailed next month, or at the end of this month, so hopefully people will have forgotten what it looks like by then. And then I also wanted to share a ho.
Have you watched Dramatic Knits?
I did. He started using ho.
Totally. Yep. Kismet actually started that, and we are going to pound it in until the whole knitting community uses that nomenclature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and those people who have second sock syndrome, they will have a whole pile of hose.
Yeah.
So, I love my Nyan cat. This is so awesome.
It is. It's beautiful.
And I caught up on the Knit Girls again today, and like every few seconds I was going, hey look, and it was just one of those weird connection things. Like Leslie cast on that circle sweater. It's pole, and I have in my queue opposite pole, which is more complicated. It's with hers is a nice basic that goes well with her variegated yarn, but mine is it's got a lot of cables in it, and I really want to start it. So when I saw that she had started hers, I was like, oh, I want to start that.
Yeah.
I already have way too many sweaters on. But then also that Miss Linneman, Laura, had scored some Nyan Cat
as well.
Yes, in the last set of updates that were over the holidays. But yes, there's my hoe. And that's all I had.
That is for your works in progress?
Or finished.
Finished objects.
Yeah.
I finished the Atelier.
Oh, so pretty.
It is. It's gorgeous. And so I decided, my mom's coming tomorrow for my birthday,
Yay.
that if she doesn't like it, I'm wearing it. Because it's got my pockets finished.
Oh,
and
there's no way you're keeping it. So you should not get attached to it. She's going to like it.
Yep. So it's got the, and I think the first skein got me to about this ribbing here. Because if you notice, it's the color is a little different between the top and the bottom.
Not a whole lot, though. I mean, I could see right here it's a little darker, but not bad.
Yeah, and so I finished this up on New Year's
Mm-hmm.
Eve, and so that I could cast on New Year's Day, and sewed up the pockets. I'm pretty bad about finishing, so I had to power through because Mom was coming, and I don't think she's mentioned that she's watched the show, so hopefully it should be a surprise, and she'll be like, "You were knitting on that over Christmas, weren't you?"
Yeah.
So, yep, I guess I could just keep wearing it.
There you go.
It'll
Stay
get
warm.
it'll get some love from me before it becomes mi madre's.
Yep.
So this is my finished object. It was,
Yay!
Ta-da!
3 weeks probably.
Yeah, yep, about 17 days, I think, which is, I start to about day 14. I'm like, shh, wake me up.
Didn't like it, huh?
Well, no, it's not a boring pattern. It's just when you get, especially like you were saying, the top down.
Hey, I get
patterns.
1 day.
Yeah.
Per. Sometimes, like, I can go a full 7 days on just one project, but then I'm just,
Yep.
I have too much ADD.
Pocket.
Yeah, the pockets are cute.
Yeah. They seem like they'll
I like how they go to garter stitch.
into the bottom. So they're I tried to sew them up because I'm like, I don't think she'll be like storing anything real small in them, but I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any like stitch length holes in there.
Penny sized, dime sized.
Yeah. My mom isn't walking around with $100 bills or anything in her pockets, but I don't think those would fall
paper
out.
money would stay in.
So that is my faux.
Okay, so this is the what are we calling this one?
Rosamond?
The Rosemonds. And so this little marker is for my right-sidedness, just to remind me. Because at collar point, it was double-sided knitting, so I couldn't tell which one was the right side, so I had to put a little marker on it. But now we're to the main body, and I could tell which side's the right side. But and it's just got 2 buttons towards the top here, so I've gotten that far. And I think that I'm like 2/3 of the way to the arm, taking off the arms. So I might keep going on this bad boy, and it's actually very mindless for me. Right now, I'm kind of at a point in the shalom where I have to pay attention.
Similar.
It looks very similar.
That looks familiar.
See, you're working on this.
Yeah.
And I will use this time to also say that our winner contacted us and the yarn has been shipped.
Awesome.
I got it in the mail today. Who knows, it might go out tomorrow, but it's out of my hands and it's in the U.S. postal system now. And so yeah, I'm just on the first part. Again, I got this much work done in like one sitting, one evening of knitting. So this will go super fast. And I'd say I'm faster knitter than some people, but I wouldn't say I'm an exceptionally fast knitter. So
Yeah.
I think that this
I could probably knit pretty fast, but it wouldn't be as
enjoyable.
And I guess I'm in it more for the finished object, right? I mean, I don't want it to be like sloppy and not, I mean, I want it to be high quality. I guess I choose quality over speed. But
yeah, I'm gonna need a really large button. My buttonhole looks huge.
Whoa, compared to mine, yeah, doodly.
Up. How'd you make yours?
Bound off too.
Goodness sakes. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But your gauge looks quite a bit larger. I'm on 10s and you're on 10.5s.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yours is
wow.
Like the stitch.
But that's okay. That'll be the difference between you and me because
yep.
I need it to be a little bigger.
Which sides did you cast on? The pattern size or
pattern size?
Okay,
just bigger. Yeah.
Yep.
Bigger yarn or bigger needles. And this was me winging it again. I knew that I wasn't the pattern size, but I wanted to just stick with the pattern. And I thought that the looser look was actually quite pretty. And it was going to make a good.
I don't have 10.5s. My I have Addy clicks, right? No, turbo. What are the interchangeables?
Okay, so mine's the next one up then, 10.75, because I have the same needles as you. I didn't. So I have the 7mm.
And I have the 6. So that's a big difference,
yeah.
A millimeter.
Yeah. So that would be the difference, and you'll be able to see the difference between one millimeter size difference.
Yeah.
So yep, I am enjoying it, but again, that's just one evening, and I've kind of put it down, and I think I know how fast I have to go to pace. I'll see if I can be a good pacer. Not get too fast.
Yeah, that's the hard part. In running, the people that can run a marathon at exactly a 3:45 pace or whatever, those are the true athletes.
Yeah.
It's easy to run something as fast as you can. It's hard to run it at a certain maybe even somebody else's pace. But mine. And I'm noticing, again, this might be helpful only to Priscilla, the person who got that won the yarn, and yourself. I'm noticing that there's a lot of, there's a huge amount of stretch this way.
Oh, okay.
So I could block the heck.
Vertical straight.
Yeah. I could block the heck out of it that way. I mean, width-wise, it's fine. It's the, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Got into the middle of a row.
Wow. It's on.
Yes. So up here, it doesn't fit like the photo. Like I don't have like a
extra, yeah.
Yeah, the arm out here, and it's not real like below my rib cage in the front or the back. But it fits. I mean, I'm going to be able to button it, and it will be plenty long enough here. I'm on my 4th skein. We're just going right into my work in progress, I guess.
Yeah, my only other one was this one. So I just added just tonight the toe yarn. So I'm done with the sparkly.
Do you think that you're going to have enough to make?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
And plus I have still have the heel and toes extra yarn too. So yes, I'm very excited. But that was it. That was all I had to show.
Anyway, so yeah, it'll fit. And I'm thinking about possibly putting some, just because I got done with that Atelier, some pockets down here. That's why if you see these stitch markers, you're like, what the hell does she have all these stitch markers in there for? I was trying to figure out where I wanted to, these are the cast on armhole stitches where I wanted to put the pocket. So I was thinking closer towards the armhole. So I'm almost there. And then the only other modification I did from the pattern is I added an extra stitch on both sides because I don't like the garter stitch edging for some reason. It's just not my aesthetic, so I did a slip stitch.
Oh, I see
edge.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Just to give it a little more finished look in my opinion. So, yep.
Okay.
Ta-da!
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me. I don't know why. I just don't like garter stitch edging for some reason. But 4 skeins looks like it's going to get me about there. It looked about right. I mean, if I could probably start a pocket here, and then I won't. My 4th skein will probably. So that
you just started your 4th skein.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This
yeah,
is
you got a lot left.
Yeah, 4th skein here. So
cool.
Yeah. Yep. I'm enjoying it. Again, this is going to be a nice finished object for me to throw on. No sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
My arms don't get cold, but anywho, that is my work in progress.
Oh, that's right. You only have one.
Yeah, I only ever have one, Amy.
No, is that it? Okay.
Acquisitions and enabling.
Well, I have one up next.
Oh, that's right.
Louie the Lovebot is the Rebecca Danger KAL, or actually any of her robots. She only has 2 patterns that are robots. I'm going to be doing the Louie the Lovebot it's a Knit Picks pattern. It was only $2. But I'm going to be doing that for a small little project. And I picked out the yarn. It's going to be mostly pink. And I'm pretty excited to get that started.
Are you making another Knittables Lovebot?
Oh!
Because hers is pink, right? With a red heart?
Yeah, mine's more of a purpley pink.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the robot that...
Yep.
Yep, that's the exact robot that they're doing the knit along.
I'd seen a whole bunch of people favoriting that and queuing that up, so I was wondering why that was.
Yep, it was chosen, so people are getting ready to...
Yeah. The Elena Noble is having a KAL for her Moody. I just received a email about that, and I was like, oh, another...
Been there, done that.
Another cardigan, yep. A busy year of cardigan knitting, I think, is in store for me.
Both of us, really, because I've got a lot started as well.
Yep, so. Yeah. Yours is finishing, though. Mine is just like, I have to... Anyway, yeah. I power through the one, and then I get on to a next one. But my up next, I had, again, I don't think I pleated it off, again, in a better... You can't really see, but it's escalator socks, free pattern for my son, my middle son. In Das Sockenmonster, Flussi das Sockenmonster. That's how I say it in my head. Flussi das Sockenmonster. I don't know, now I'm looking at it, this looks kind of pink-ish.
Yeah, it does in this light. Purple and pink.
Yeah, maybe this won't be the one that becomes his.
Okay.
Maybe he won't be my socken monster. But this is one of my stash bust 2012 tagged yarns. I'm forcing myself to go to that. I have it all separated in its own little bag. 3-year-old yarn that I bought in the first year that I was knitting. I have to go to that bag and make sure that I cannot use, something from that bag for the project before I can go elsewhere in my stash. And I just thought that I would point out, although I do have some acquisitions and enabling to show, I have been true to my resolution. I have not bought in anything this whole year.
Today.
Yeah, the third,
okay.
So 3 days. I told my husband that, and he's like, "Are you okay? Really, 3 days without buying something?" I'm like, I normally go that long. I was just going to show you. I grabbed this as well. This is going to be my thin ice, which is the next thing I'll probably cast on, other than my sunny socks. Yes.
Was she awesomeness before?
You have. It's all queued up next too. All right.
Awesome.
Do you have any acquisitions?
I was gonna bring out the vault yarn. So I have
like the Disney vault.
Chewy Spaghetti, 100% superwash merino.
Kind of looks like cherry cola.
Fingering weight, and the colorway is Decadent. So yeah, like cherry cola.
And what does that want to be?
Socks. It always wanted to be socks. So I just have a rash of pink socks lately, so I don't want anything that's pink or red for socks. Done. I don't know why, but like last year I think I did like 6 pair that were just pink. I'm like, I'm done. We're gonna do other colors, other exciting, venture out of our comfort zone. But yes, eventually. And I did knit a few things out of chewy spaghetti for my daughter when she was born. So, 4 years ago. And this was probably bought at around the same time. So I'm going to say this is 4-year-old yarn.
That might be a cute sock head too, if you had a pink.
Oh, true.
Pink.
Yes.
Coat that you wanted to coordinate with.
Yes, that's true. Sock head hats.
Yeah, those are kind of mindless too, though.
But yeah, I am from the vault. I'm sure there'll be more. I just figured I would grab one quick thing from the vault and bring it out and show you. Because again, I wanted to slow down in purchasing, but I have a lot of fictional things on the way, unfortunately. Three Irish Girls, I had ordered a million moons ago, like a month ago. So that's going to be popping in sometime this month. And then I ordered that stuff from the Walking Whisty.
Yeah.
And then I also ordered from Dancing Dog Dye Works. So that's it, though. And some nail polish. Not this stuff, but I ordered some, it's from Nerd Lacquer. And they're named after different things. So one's called Don't Panic. So from Galaxy, Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy. And the other one is I Aim to Misbehave and Shiny. And those are both from Serenity. So I bought those. Nail polish.
Sorry, it's kind of surreal to look over and see you like knitting the same thing as me with the same color. I'm like, did she pick up my knitting? That's what I keep on thinking when I look over at you. Like, did she pick up my knitting and start knitting on it?
Knitting on your, yes.
Oh, thank you for padding my numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys recognize this at all. You may have seen it a couple of months ago. Still, no buttons, but I went and bought them. I went to Jenny's here in town, and it's so funny because normally they find me the perfect button. Like, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. Only need 9 of them, and they're $12 a piece, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
I'm not gonna spend $12 a piece on that button, Jenny. If I have to buy, 7, 8, 9 of them, I'm sorry. So anyway. This one, the price was right, and it was perfect. Look at that.
Wow.
It's
cool.
got silver in the middle, and it's blue on the outside, much like, so the button band here will be on there. The blue isn't perfect, but, oh yeah. Now I'm really motivated to get those buttons on. A, so that I can wear my finished object, and B, because the buttons are cool.
Yeah.
So they were like $1 a piece. I'm like,
yeah,
ring me up, Jenny.
Yes, no, the last time I went into Jenny's, I needed 5, and they were $10 a piece.
Oh, doesn't that just hurt?
I'm like, oh. No, that's okay. Let's keep looking. And she found me a different one that worked really well, and they were $3 a piece, so I picked those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ones that she had for $10, if they're still there when I knit myself an awesomeness that needs the perfect button, I'm coming back and buying them. They're giant, awesome coat buttons from something that must have been, they're kind of Art Deco-y. Oh, they were so cool. And they were vintage buttons, so they were nice quality buttons that had been salvaged from some long ago garment.
And then I finally went out. This is last of the binged yarn. So anything that you see from here on out, either I've broken my resolution, or it was something that like a club I paid for.
Oh, okay.
Before I decided,
how many clubs?
Shut it down. The Year in Color, through, who was that through? I can't remember now.
Year in Color, okay.
And they're the ones that were the one skein wonders that we talked about towards the beginning of this. Anyway, it'll come to me. It won't be on camera, but it will come to me. And Madeline Tosh. I actually have shipping notice that I'm getting my Tosh Chunky. I had forgotten the colorway, which is kind of fun because I got to choose it. I custom chose it, right? But now I've forgotten. And it must be kind of like your Three Irish Girls, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I ordered that colorway. Oh, this is super fun. And then I'm going to have worsted pashmina coming after that. But anyway, Mr. Yarn, I have a bag that will be going into the prize pool for the KAL. So knitter's gonna knit, not gotta knit, gonna knit. Yeah, I thought it was fun. It's that same canvas eco bags that our cookie was through. So I got one for me and one for the girls or the zombies, and came with a little. Sorry, I had to list stuff out. You thought it looked like an octopus. I thought he was cute because of his hat, but he's got 4 arms and 2 hat strings hanging down, so he does have 6 legs, sort of looking. But after seeing all of your wonderful Rios, I ordered some.
That color.
It's Zarzamora.
Not in Rios, but I have that color.
Yeah. I've been all about the darker colors lately, so. And this will probably be the Moody, if I can't convince myself to use some of my Madeline Tosh not super wash that I bought in my first year. So I got winter quantities of that. Yummy goodness. And then this one, it was very expensive for what it was. This is 98 yards of skein. I can't remember if it, after the discount, because it's after $30 on Mr. Yarn, how much this was, but I think it's normally like $17 a skein. I think this might be an abalone, because I only have 600 yards of it. But it's black walnut colorway, and it's 40% baby alpaca, 40% wool, and 20% silk. So there's a lot of thick, thin going on here. But it's just, I really love the color. It's like blues over the top of gray.
It's really squishy too.
Yes, and very soft.
The alpaca, it's going to be warm.
Yes, and I think it's like de-haired alpaca too, because it's not as fuzzy as alpaca normally is, to me anyway. So, that is my last little binge before the diet. I was just thinking about that, like the Karina Jean, that Walking Wisty, and yarn people that are selling yarn out there probably really don't want to hear about all these people going on diets. Like
Diane,
no!
Oh my God, no, Diane, don't say it's not so.
Yeah. Knittables, you're a great customer of ours. Don't go away. So, yeah, the buttons. I will be wearing that cardigan next week. I'm not going to let it go another week. That the buttons are going on, or
okay.
Knuckles are going to be crunched. So.
And this cardigan, it's going to be done too.
Oh yeah. I mean, this cardigan probably won't see into next week. This is all I've got to knit. It's big needles, big yarn. I don't know if it'll have buttons, but I made, and that's the other modification I made. I did 3 buttonholes.
See, I only did 1. And I
one big one.
Well, it's gonna be it's gonna. I can go to Ginny's, right, and get the one
the
button.
$10, yeah,
the one perfect button. It'll probably be lime green, or I could even make it the purple of my nails. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be kind of fun. I was thinking that mine will definitely be like, that's how we're gonna uniqueify it.
Yes,
you're never gonna be like, ours got sat down next to each other and now we don't know whose is whose.
Other than mine's a different gauge completely. But to a non-knitter, they might be like, this is the same sweater.
Where did you get that at? My mom sewed a bunch of blankets for folks when I had my firstborn.
I have one.
Yes, and I can't remember who came over to my house and they saw one of them laying there and they're like, everybody has that blanket. Where did they get it at? What store? And I was like, you're just friends with some of the same people as me. And my mom sewed baby blankets for people that had babies in that time period. So
You cannot buy it.
Yes, you could possibly pay me to find the discontinued Rowan cork and in the sour colorway and knit you one, but that's the only way you're getting a sour shalom. So, but I know we mentioned it earlier, but really excited about the knit along. Super excited about the folks that this is their first sweater or first garment. Like, yes. And it seems like we struck a chord with a lot of folks. Like, it's been in their queue for a long time, and they've had the yarn, and they found yarn in their stash, and it was just time. It was the shalom's time.
The kick in the pants they needed.
Yes, yep.
To get it going.
Yeah, so that is going on, and we got folks in Australia that are already done knitting it. So but you got until February, and this is a leap year. But right, February 28th is a Tuesday, so that is when I'm going to shut down the finished object thread.
You thought you had an extra day.
You thought you had an extra day. I just thought I'd point out that you had an extra day, but not to knit this cardigan, just to let you know. And we'll have, I'm sure the prize pool will continue to get larger as we get into the end of February. At which point we'll have to choose another knit along, because I am having way too much fun with this one to let it go by. I designed our little icon, and I got to get the little badges done for the people that are finished up. But that's all I wrote. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes open for something that I want to knit after, like in March, or whenever we want to start our next one. Maybe people need a breather.
Yeah. There does seem to be quite a few knit-alongs going on.
Yes. Or maybe it's just because I watch a lot of podcasts and everybody's talking about all the different ones. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to do a thin ice. I'm not going to do whatever that thing was. Although I did look for some acrylic for the
Snuggles,
yes. The little pet blankets, charity knit along, and I might have something that'll work. So
yeah, I
might take a peek at those patterns at some point.
I do not have. It's not the Pound of Love, but it's like Joanne Sensations. I got the big old ball of.
That'll work.
Yarn, yep. That is also, it's not in my official stash page, so it's not been tagged as stash
just like
Boss
Steven.
2012. But yeah, Steven, his little Sully.
He said Sully, and I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Except it looks like you skinned Sully to make that scarf. So I messaged him I put a post out on the forum today that he should turn it into a headband. Because he said that it wouldn't be big enough even for a neck warmer. I'm like, just seam up the two ends and...
It's a little wide, but I was also thinking, like, that Fun Fur stuff kind of stretches really... So you could, like, stretch it, put it down over your neck, and then it would just be like, turtleneck. Like an instant turtleneck. A Muppet turtleneck.
I have never been possessed by that Fun Fur. Somebody should... tell me the merits of knitting with that, because it just doesn't I mean, it kind of hides any imperfections, right?
The only thing that I have ever enjoyed and did make two things. The tops of my cat beds, the kitty pie beds from Wendy Johnson, had the Fun Fur on them, and the cats actually do like the extra, like, snuggly free stuff, or at least mine did. And the cupcake I knit for Ellie that has the Fun Fur that's on the top, and it makes it look more like frosting.
Yep.
So that was kind of fun. But
she uses it as anything but. Ellie is my oldest.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And she uses it for anything but a cupcake, I think. It has had many reincarnations, let me tell you. But she likes the Fun Fur, so I guess you're right. Pets and small children love Fun Fur.
So any project for them, Fun Fur is a given. Yep. It's a good one. It's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a little bit more.
Yep. Are we gonna see any more progress before next week?
I don't know. I don't know. Because I do feel like, okay, there's only 3 of these, right?
Yep.
I do feel like I'm going a little too fast to be a pacer.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Slow her down.
Slow down.
Are you gonna rip some out?
No. No, it'll just get lost for a few days.
Get
a week.
Put in timeout.
Yes.
All right,
But
we've jibber jabbered now.
yes, we are jibber jabbering, and we're at a good time, so
Yeah.
it'll be a good length.
Hopefully we can keep things interesting if we're not buying yarn.
I know, like, yeah, and here's some more.
Yeah. Well, you're bringing out old stash, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know, plenty busy with the projects, right?
Yeah.
Although
You always keep it interesting. I've just been knitting on that same thing for 17 days, and
well, 17 days of progress on a cardigan is kind of interesting, right? Like,
Yeah.
it makes big leaps each time
yeah,
the podcast comes around.
it's true.
But I definitely, yeah, my startitis is the problem. And sometimes everything gets finished up, woo, and I have lots of finished objects. And then other times it's like, yep, still have 15 things going and none of them got done. And I have a feeling that that's the way it's going to be for a while because I have cardigans on the needles. Too many big parts.
That Roseman's, does it have much other than stocking knit once you get down past the
No.
neck?
Nope, just
Just
this
the edging?
This edging,
Okay.
which is double-sided. And then, and you're actually, I think the pearl side is the right side.
Ah.
So this is the right side. But yeah, I am enjoying it, and it's, like I said, it's pretty mindless right now. So as soon as I take off the sleeves, I will be like, woohoo, ready to go. Because that will just be even more like stockinette zombie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Happy knitting.
happy knitting. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.